Anyway, anybody watching the stream right now, thank you for tuning in. This is, we have officially been going for 1 month, 0.25. And Greg, please call your mom. She's worried about you.
We here at Know Your Rule do not condone interpretations of the Bible for murder.
Also, if there's anybody watching named Greg, they just shit themselves.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's entirely possible that a person named Greg watching this show did shit themselves, but it had nothing to do with you just saying their name Greg.
You never know.
Well, correlation obviously implies causation.
I think it's actually the opposite of that.
Last week
comes mages.
Hush. That correlation and causation are a part of the lie.
Children, they can do a lot of things, like play baseball or get murdered.
Yeah, I was about to say, get murdered, or brought back to life and die again.
That's a way to start this shit off.
It can be very innocent, or it can be a horrible frozen amalgamation of animal parts that just underlies a deep-seated issue of obesity and child murder. And our very own Invictus walked off screen, stage left for the first time. We might need to and whatever happened there is going to be found out. Also,
or is it?
Yeah, it might not be. That's something we gotta say. But anyway, also something else very interesting. A Promethean showed up, and then a Promethean was led to the Mysterium, and then a Promethean was dissected.
I mean, it's not going to be too much skin off his back. Not that he had any.
And we're gonna start out with the main group, and we're gonna hit you later, Theta. We're gonna come back. You're gonna be introduced in a minute. Sorry, we're not starting with you.
That's fine. I have a perfect entry point if it ever happens. If you don't have one for me, anyway.
I'm thinking since you also work at the PD, Benny's definitely gonna need to go to the PD.
Oh yeah, that'll be in Benny's plan.
Yeah.
I think last time Anubis and Benny were going to go off and meet Prometheus and have that drink. It was getting pretty late in the night.
You were going to need to, cremate the children later, but that's...
I still think we should have left.
Oh, I thought someone said that they were taking care of that.
Yeah, that's
Flay
Flay did. Then he got taken to the Mysterium to be killed. Again.
Yeah.
Oh, so we still have the child bodies to deal with.
Yep. But one of the idea was to get Prometheus to help since he's a thaumaturge.
Yeah. I mean, another idea I was thinking of that of getting Benny's crew or whatever. Teleport them all away, no. Or at least give him like closure. At least contact all the family members. That whole spiel. And that, because I was thinking that the families have a right to know, and before they're cremated, or
their souls are bound until they're cremated. I just want to remind everyone of that.
Yeah,
but you can do whatever you want.
Can we just say that? Yeah,
that's a thing that happens. You guys.
Yeah.
Woo, let's commit some arson, guys.
That's what Anubis is thinking.
Okay. Yeah. Doing the cremation.
Yeah. Let's just say at least to cover the horrible things because we don't want the parents to know about the cultist or occult things here. It's best to have it burn away.
Sorry. As you're cremating the bodies, there is one glitter left in the ashes.
What is it?
Should have just showed you guys. Charm in the ashes.
Oh, joy.
small
This
charm
isn't
that was in the
cursed.
ashes. It appears to be of the patron saint, Saint Anthony. It was on Olivia Holmes' body, and it has her name and an address carved into the back. If you guys want to try to know more, you can try academics or maybe craft to figure out what it's made of.
I will do so. I'll do that first. Intelligence. Oh, and crafts.
Wits craft
Oh.
or intelligence craft, whichever
Yeah.
one you're
Hello?
really comfortable with. And hey, Emmerich,
Hey,
Hey, Rick.
Hey,
your internet holding together?
yeah, I got my connection back.
Yay!
Wow, just
we'll
in
fill
time.
you in just a minute.
here's
Yeah,
Benny's
hey,
own
now we-
and also gets it too.
Yay, now we have the Spirit Mage back after we already gave the fetish to Mysterium.
Okay.
Benny, you would know with your intelligence and academics that Saint Anthony, or Anthony, depending on how you want to pronounce it, was
Mhm.
patron saint of lost things.
Oh.
I believe that's fitting in some capacity.
Hmm.
Mm.
And Anubis would realize that with the temperatures you just, subjected this stuff to for cremation purposes,
Mm-hmm.
for this metal to not, slightly melt or even really be apparently affected by the cremation process, it must be made of some fire-resistant alloy or something.
Hmm.
Shit be
Curious.
freaky, to put it in layman terms.
Yeah. So I guess Anubis will, well, with a pair of gloves, pick it up and say that, curious. Looks pretty intact, even though being exposed by fire. That's odd.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Benny will just kind of, take a quick closer look at it with his space mage sight. Just kind of see if it has anything going on.
Space mage sight. So
Yes.
peripheral or active?
Active. He's turning it on and looking at it and going, "What is this?"
It's apparently what it appears to be. It's just a little charm that was worn around the person of Olivia Holmes, the only girl you couldn't identify. It does have an address on it, though, which is pretty nice.
Oh. What is the address?
647 Elm Street,
Ah.
Maple Drive.
Anubis is going to turn to Benny. How about we give this back to the parent?
Are we all do we all see the are we all like doing this? Do we all see the charm?
Yeah. You guys were there.
I'm going to take a peek at this thing through Prime sight, active
That's
sight, to
exactly
try to
what's
see if
needed, I think.
it won't tell me what it is, but it'll tell me if it is, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's not in and of itself magical, but it has been affected by magic at one point or another.
Okay, good to know.
I'm just thinking, this is matter. I'm looking through all of the matter spells right now to see if there's anything we can extract. There's, like,
Matter
lots of-
one should be able to just tell you what the thing is made out of.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
it's matter one is knowing what a thing is.
but he already, well, through investigation and crafts, he already know, unless it can narrow it down, like what
It would tell
specifically.
you it would tell you what material it is, because if you look at it, you might just think brass, but using matter will tell you this made of this much brass, this much silver, this much blank.
So, see, there's craftsman's eye, there's a tech substance, there's this certain composition. Okay, it comes where the composition of an object, its weight and density, as well as the precise elements that make it up. Okay, that sounds about right, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Okay,
Yes.
so gonna roll that. Yeah, hold on, just looking through. So that'll be matter. Sorry, just need to get this here. Matter, nonsense. What's the +1? Gold. Ooh. Yeah, +1 reach. The subject also becomes aware of any objects concealed within the object. A gold relic within the secret compartment. I don't know if there's anything like that, but it's gonna use +1 reach. So, all right. So Gnosis and matter, right?
Is that a rote?
No.
Because
So you're just casting it on the fly. That's all.
I'm
Well,
casting on the fly.
if you're reaching to cast it on the fly and what? Oh right, you have 2 matter, so you have to reach.
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought for some reason you only had 1 matter.
Add 2 matter.
I don't know why.
It's alright. So I'm just gonna roll that. Let's reach. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey,
2 successes.
It's made from brass with a zinc. What's the word I'm looking for?
alloy.
Corruption or deficient. Like, there's some zinc that shouldn't be in there.
I see.
And there's also what appears to be a mix of carbon and fuck, what's it called? Carbon and copper. Why couldn't I think of copper?
Okay, carbon,
Poop 'em.
copper.
Mhm.
Is there anything secret within this, or it is how it is?
It is how it is. But
Mm-hmm.
that still doesn't explain why it was so fire resistant.
Yeah, Anubis, after using a spell, will say that, yeah, brass and zinc that shouldn't be in there, and a mix of carbon and copper. That's all I can come up when looking at this.
Nemesis is gonna kind of like touch, kind of like bump it. Nubis like look at it with death.
Oh yeah. That site.
Yeah, this belonged to Olivia Holmes. You already knew that, but it's also the carbon that was in it is ash, like human ash that was mixed into it before it was pressed.
And it's not Olivia's ashes. It's
No.
No. I guess that's when Anubis looks at it closer and says to the others, "There is human ash in here, and it's not
Someone go
Olivia's."
all Bones of the Saint on it or something?
Yeah. I can't tell which ashes it is for now. It doesn't belong to Olivia's though,
It's none of the children's, I feel like I should also mention.
and none of the children's either. That's what
None
I
of the
get.
children in this room, or none of the not. So it's not any of the ghost children. Could it be Jackie's son?
No, none.
Okay.
So it's someone else's ashes. I could look into this further to pinpoint who exactly this ashes were, but for now, I do want to return this to the parent of this child at some point. But for it not to burn or melt at this temperature, it's just very odd. So yeah. And after that, Anubis will take out like a small Ziploc bag, puts the little medallion in it, and puts it in his backpack. I'll keep it safekeeping for now, if you don't mind.
That's fair. You can handle that. I gotta handle the business end of it at some point.
Yeah. No, this is what Anubis gonna say. I need to make a quick, actually out of character. Is Jester with them, or is he coming back?
Yeah, he's with you guys now. He's been there, but magic.
magic.
No, not
Because-
magic, just silence. And if everybody would have been like following Benny, he would have true because he's not going to let everybody down.
So I'm just imagining that. So did Jester see Anubis go ballistic?
Yeah, I guess, sure.
Yeah.
I only can imagine that Jester might give him a quick scolding. But yeah, I think that's when Anubis will say that you didn't have to see me like that. I didn't mean it. I was appalled by the sight. I'm sorry. And that's what the Anubis will say to Jester after this whole situation where he got timed out by Nemesis and thrown
Yeah.
down the wall.
Wow. Okay, I guess. I don't know what to say.
And we're not buying ice cream for a while. Got it?
Yeah.
Or just a little cheesecake next.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are you guys doing now?
Well, I think a little drink is in order, and then a little police work.
I could use a drink.
So you're going to meet up with
Prometheus. Indeed.
on your way out, you actually do see somebody standing on the corner. And he pushes this into your hands.
Huh?
Well, potential customer.
Hello, potential customer. Are you looking for a good time? Come on down to the Red Bloods Bar, the most patriotic bar in Gotham. There's an implied yeehaw in there. If you bring this with you, you and a friend get a free round on the house. And additionally listed as the number, location, and hours of the bar. Weirdly enough, the hours are just 24/7. Yeah, even on Sundays, which is technically legal, but technically frowned upon.
Right, this isn't one of those states that actually has times for you to be able to drink or buy liquor.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
more
it'd be terrible
socially
to live
frowned
there.
upon.
Interesting.
I could drink.
Anubis heavily sighs and slowly comes out that I might need one too.
This
Well, we could get some free ones right here.
this sounds like I don't know.
Well, it's free advertising and free beer.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's a
complaining.
little bit convenient.
Yeah, it is. I say we take advantage of it.
Is Invictus with? I don't remember what's.
Invictus is gone. He left to go do some stuff at the Mysterium, and then he went to his office, and
We don't know what happened.
yeah.
He was never seen again.
That's all right. I'm sure he's just busy.
So you guys could go try to pick him up at his office. You could go to Redbud's bar and give a little call to your, little pally, Prometheus. You could go do some office work at the actual police station. You could, I don't know. The world's your oyster.
Indeed.
Oysters.
So would we rather drink now or drink later or just drink all the time?
Yes.
Um,
To be
Drink
honest,
now.
a drink is sounding good to all of you guys from what you just witnessed.
All right, I guess.
All right, so I'll shoot Prometheus a little text message. Tell him where we're going if he wants to come join.
He shoots you back one. Oh, I thought we were going to the Blue Nile. Whatever. Cool. I'll meet you at the Red Blood.
Yeah. I just add in the text like, yeah, apparently if you bring a friend, you get a free round. Sweet.
Oh. How convenient.
yeah, Anubis feels uncomfortable that he actually admits that he needs to drink because he frowns drinking alcohol. I mean, it's very disapprovingly about drinking alcohol, but he even admits that he needs one.
All right.
So, You guys go to the Red Blood, I assume.
What time is it
Indeed.
right now?
Nemesis is just kind of following the group wherever they're going.
It's
He hopes to
9:30.
a bar, but
9:30.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
neat.
Okay, so we're all going to the bar.
You get there, Prometheus, greets you with a, hey, how you doing? How's your night going?
Honestly, not the best night ever. But, well, I can drink and forget about that, huh?
Oh yeah, I've
Think
had
we all
those nights
can.
too. So what was this about a free round?
Well, apparently if you bring a friend, you get a free one.
Oh,
That
okay.
makes 1,
I'm
2,
that
3,
friend.
4 free rounds?
It looks like it.
Whoa.
The offer's good. It's a pretty busy place, but it's real patriotic too. It's got CNN or GNN in the corner and American flag on the wall, and
Country music playing over the speaker or something.
there's peanuts on the floor, like a
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
animal. But you also
Mm.
do hear a news broadcast. Kind of breaking news.
Mhm.
Terrorist attack in Gotham. The Blue Nile bar shot up.
What?
Just moments ago. At 9:25, the Blue Nile bar was assaulted by armed men. They killed everyone in the place. It was horrible. They were not identified, and they got away before the police could arrive, and the current casualty count is unknown.
Oh no, I might be getting a call in about 5 seconds.
Okay, I don't know a lot about fate, but this is definitely someone's doing. Like,
Yeah, we're
this
just
is not
really
normal.
lucky.
Yeah, any of you got fate magic, Benny?
No, time magic.
Oh,
I have Prime, but that probably doesn't help here.
I have
This-
death.
prime opportunity to have fate.
Oh,
I'm gonna go hang myself. I'm sorry.
oh, you.
Does Anubis see more ghosts than usual?
Uh,
Oh no.
No, it's just, Prometheus goes. Yeah, that's kind of spooky, isn't it? It
Just a little bit.
Ominous.
kinda-
Yeah.
you guys think they were coming? No, there was no way they could know.
Can I just get a
Of course
bourbon
there's
and get this
way.
over with? Sorry.
Of course, there's ways you can know.
It was shit like this happens all the time. It was I'll get in touch with Oppenheimer. It was probably some crazy fucking vampire shit.
Isn't
Mm.
everything in this
Are
town?
you for real?
I'll look into it. All right. And he kind of gets up and leaves his beer undrank.
Nemesis is just gonna it's gonna suddenly take that.
Well, nice having you around, Prometheus.
Yes, hopefully you can do this another night. If you get another flyer, though, tell me. I'll avoid the place you were going.
Ooh, sure will.
Mm,
Yeah,
And
anytime.
Benny will start chugging his drink while probably expecting a call.
As you kind of, start seeing glass, you get a, ring.
This reminds me of college.
And it's work, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Benny picks up with just a little bit of a, hey, how's it going?
On the other end of the line is, shit, I got him. On the other end of the line is, the chief of police. She's calling you particularly.
Mhm.
Listen, officer. Look, you recognize her as Carol Costa from her voice.
Right.
Listen, shit's going down in the, something just happened. Have you seen the news?
I just did. Do you need me to get straight to the scene?
Yeah, we're sending you over with another guy to look into it. We got some, badges, or around there, but we don't have anybody, who's not greener than.
And
Mom.
probably actually has a detective rank and probably needs a few more hours. I feel you. All right. Well, it's going to take me a few minutes, but I'll be over there.
Oh, and
Yeah,
do me a favor.
What you got?
Pop a mint before you go there so you don't smell like booze. The media's all over that place, and they will eat my fucking heart a lot.
Well, let me count how many I got left, and I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah. Oh, and officer,
Yes?
be careful out there.
Always will, Chief. Always will.
Got a bad feeling about this one. Beep.
Ooh, you have no idea.
At this time, you going? I'm assuming.
Yeah, Benny just sort of pulls out a small little packet of bits and starts counting them. It's like 1, 2, 3, and he just takes a handful of them.
That's
Just
fair.
chews them up on the way. I'll catch you
Well-
guys later. I gotta get into work.
Oh, keep us posted.
Will do. You got my number.
Yeah.
Hey, Theta.
What's up?
Did you change your picture recently?
Yep.
Is that Donald Glover from This Is America?
Yep.
Are you sure you want to use that?
You actually used that, dude?
I got no problem with it. People hate me. People hate me.
Could you? Okay.
I have to see this now.
I'm not
Show
tied to
us.
it.
So,
Well, you.
Oh
Donald
my
Glover
god, that
was-
name. That name!
Alice, you're just the biggest. Oh god, I love you, Theta.
Ooh, that's good
he's
shit.
a loose cannon, but he gets the job done.
Oh God.
We're
Oh,
gonna need to
boy.
talk about that picture later.
He also doesn't wear a shirt.
I
to work.
love it. I don't care.
I love Donald Glover, so
I
I'll.
can't believe you really used that. Oh, that's hilarious.
You also get a call from, the chief of police asking you to go down there and look into this. This is, you're gonna have a partner on this one. His agent, Benjamin.
Detective Willis.
Detective Willis, thank you. Detective Willis is going to be your partner on this. Keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't, puke on the rutabaga. Or, not rutabaga, fucking. Make sure he doesn't, embarrass us.
So you want me out on the field?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get going.
I'm sorry, out of character. What'd you just say?
She just goes, get going before he can embarrass us.
Oh, get going. I thought you said don't kill him. I was like, what?
No, get gone before he pukes on a reporter.
Yeah, sir. Let me just put away some paperwork.
This big chance, no. Yeah. So at the sound of that, you two are headed to the crime scene. The scene of the crime.
Indeed. Then he arrives and his breath is minty fresh.
And you see the guy you were paired up with, Detective Benjamin Willis.
Oh, I know Benjamin Willis.
You're familiar with him.
Of course,
you're
I
not-
work internal affairs.
Yeah.
My
You were
paperwork
the-
was on Benjamin Willis.
You actually were pretty much the only
Other
other
things
person
Detective Willis is not allowed to do in the office anymore.
still in the office, so she had to send you out for this one.
That's why I asked, are you sending me to the field?
Yep.
Internal affairs. Seems like an odd choice, but whatever, Chief. I can't question.
When you get there, you actually, you get past the yellow tape, and the, first officer, this plucky, new girl greets you. From what you remember, she's actually kind of a hopeful, and the chief seems to be paying special interest to her case. Some of the rumors going around are that she's the next up for the position.
Oh, she's
grooming
dead.
her. Yeah, she's grooming her to be chief. She, greets you.
She looks like the
Gotta
accidental
climb those
homicide.
ranks.
Detective. Yeah, I have the scene secured. Oh god, it's not looking good in there, and we got a witness, but he must be drunk. I don't know. It's bad in there. And she kind of leans in and whispers in your ear, "A cop's dead."
Oh, shit. Nobody's gonna let us get away with this. Alright. So we got a witness, we got a scene. Alright. Striker, right?
Correct.
How you want to do this? Rock, paper, scissors for the witness? Or you got a side you prefer?
I assume you mean witness or investigation.
That's right.
How about you take the investigation? I'll talk to any witnesses.
Alright, rubber gloves it is tonight. And Benny will go ahead and get on to the crime scene investigation portion of this. And let Stryker do the witness talking.
As you guys are getting in there, you do notice it's a grisly scene. There's at least 20 dead. It's bullets scatter the place. Holes in almost everything from, the bar to the neon lights currently flickering from a couple bullet holes put in it. This is not a pretty sight.
A brutal hit on upclass establishment. What could have caused this?
And Stryker, you notice that the fucking Stryker. Only
name.
living, witness is a how do I one Zhang Tran. He's a older gentleman, apparently Mandarin in descent. Mandarin? Yeah. Or is that a language?
It's
It is a language.
Mandarin is the
yes.
language.
It's a language. Are you
So
thinking
just
for
Chinese.
Chinese?
Yeah, he's just. I had a fuck. Yeah, he's Chinese in
He's
descent.
part orange.
Yes, it's part of.
Delicious.
Korean. I don't know why I was thinking Mandarin.
Oh yeah,
Korean is totally different.
Those are very different.
I couldn't think of copper a minute ago. All right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Alright.
sorry, he meant Copperian.
Yeah, he's Korean descent. You're going to go question him?
Yeah.
All right, so who wants to do this first? Do you want to roll first, and then I'll let you to decide.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Theta can go first.
All right. So Theta, he's they got a little one of those blankets around him, because,
Wow, this
Then-
guy. Sorry, I only just looked at the picture.
EMT's talking to him.
Excuse me, Mr. Tron, was it?
Tran,
Tran, sorry. Notes don't include pronunciation.
it's fine. It's fine. You're not going to believe me.
Let me be the judge of that.
The people who did this, they appeared out of nowhere. One second they were gone. 1 second everything was normal, and then the next second they were behind the bar, and then they were over there, and motions, and then they were over there, and I don't know. They didn't move. They were just there. They're saying it might be shock, or I might have gotten hit in the head. Well, I did get hit in the head. Oh God, I hid like a. But I didn't know what to do. I'm not a coward. My daughter's getting married tomorrow, and I didn't want to die. And
Calm down, Mr. Tran. Deep breaths.
sorry. Sorry.
To the best of your recollection, do you remember how any of them appeared?
It was like, whoosh, and he kind of makes a motion with his hands, and it was like air rushing out from a singular point. It was like,
My apologies, Mr. Tran. I meant how they looked.
oh, sorry. They were both male. Both Caucasian. One of them had a dreadlocks, black hair. Well, I think they were dreads. It might have just matted. And the other one was He kind of rubs his eyes for a second.
The one with dreads, would you say they were how tall?
6 foot something. Taller, definitely.
Taller than average. Got it,
Yeah.
sir. How about their build? Would you estimate their weight to be?
Not bodybuilder, but muscular. Like they weren't ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Fit. Yes, I understand, sir.
And the other one was, sorry, it's hard to remember. A lot of screaming.
What were they wearing?
Leather. Not like jackets, but vests.
Like bodysuits?
No, motorcyclists. Yeah, they were dressed like bikers.
Did you happen to recognize any familiar branding labels on their outfits?
No, it looked like they were removed. I don't. Is that a thing? I don't.
Don't worry, sir. You're providing very relevant information. Any distinguishing features?
The other one. Yes. He was bald. He had a beard. It was. He kind of big, like bigger than. He kind of, motions to like what could only be described as a Santa Claus-esque beard.
Right.
Will?
Mhm.
Did you see my message?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was looking at something else. Yeah, you can do that. He actually kind of
Oh, are
stops.
you here too?
Brother Oak is invisible and he can do whatever
In Twilight, yeah.
in Twilight.
I'm just asking. I didn't know you. I didn't know you guys were here. I thought you guys were. I guess you all were to come for a drink, were
I'm
you?
very familiar.
Yeah, Benny did go, but he won't stop anyone from coming. They just
probably
technically
didn't
aren't
all
allowed behind
into
the police
crime
line.
scene, but Brother Oak can act independently of
Y'all
him.
are fucking mages. You can do whatever you want, right?
Yep.
Pretty much.
I'm not questioning that. I just didn't know you were actually here. I don't think anybody said anything. That's why. That's the only reason I'm asking.
No, I'm only my familiar. But not Jester.
Oh, right. I forgot your living tree thing, right?
Yeah.
I thought you were Brother Oak for a second. I was like, what?
No.
Yes, that was one of them. Oh, I remember now. One of them got cut. I think he shot a glass and a glass shattered whenever he was knocking a table over, and it left a pretty good gash in his cheek.
And did they say anything, Mr. Tran?
I don't. There was so much screaming, I couldn't tell you.
So just to go back over your statement for this evening, a number of, say, you said 2 individuals?
2, yes.
One very much larger than a normal person, and the other about average to larger than height. Both muscular in build, one bald with a large Santa Claus-like beard, as you described it. The other one with long black dreads, wearing biker leather outfits with their tags removed, both wielding guns, did you say?
Yes, he kind of makes a motion with his hand, kind of, implying that it was he doesn't make a rifle, like he's holding a rifle. He makes more of a,
Right.
hand.
And you say they appeared out of nowhere, appearing multiple places at once and opening fire without having said anything?
Yes.
Now, when you say they appeared out of nowhere, do you mean they physically manifested out of nothingness, or that they appeared to be moving so fast that it was hard to follow?
I'm not sure. I didn't see any movement. It was, and they would have had to knock over stuff on their way there if they were moving that quickly. It was like this is floosh. And he kind of goes like that again. And
Yes, Mr. Tran, I understood that the first time. You are free to go, Mr. Tran. I would advise you see one of the medical personnel just outside the barrier.
the EMT that's with him is like, just kind of motions like, I got him.
Yes, but I would suggest that you vacate the premises at the time being. Our deputy just outside will take your relevant information if we require further contact.
Thank you. Detective?
Detective Stryker.
Thank you, Detective Stryker. And, the EMT leads them out. And Benny.
Benny. Well, Benny's gonna just start by canvassing the place, kind of trying to place where the gunmen entered from, where they left, where they fired from, where they shot, how many of their shots hit, missed, etc. Just kind of create the scene and the timeline of it.
All right, so
Basics.
gonna want to roll for that?
Indeed. Wits investigation, would you say?
Yeah, I'd give you that one.
Alright, and this is most certainly a crime scene.
That is the textbook definition of this.
And you know what? I feel like throwing willpower on it because I had a bit of justice earlier. That
Throw
makes
some
me hungry
willpower
for more.
on that bitch.
6.
Yeah, you just, with a mix of your trained detective eye, your outside of the box thinking, and your mage abilities, you can definitely tell that the way everything is, set out, they started behind the bar. You can't really determine their point of entry, but if what Tran says is true, they killed the bartender and began to open fire on the rest of the bar. They weren't very good with the guns, from what you can tell. There were about 30% of the shots fired hit, but they were definitely automatic from the amount of carnage.
Right. Benny just kind of makes a mental note of like possible calibers, possible weapons that match that. It's not important for you to tell me out loud what it is, but Benny kind of keeps in mind for later analysis.
Yeah, it's 9mm.
Mhm.
It's probably the most likely.
Of course.
Open fire. They seem to start out with a certain area
Mhm.
from the setup. It looks like these people were taken by surprise, as opposed to them actively hiding or trying to, These were the people that got shot before they knew what was going on.
Right.
And then they worked their way over to the rest of the bar, going with a couple of the tables, then leading over to the pool table where the dead officer is.
Which
Yeah.
officer is it, incidentally?
Oh, the officer that is the dead cop is Officer Shelby.
Shelby. Damn it, Shelby.
Which is a guy, I know. Bad name, but anyway.
Still owed me $50, Shelby, damn it.
Yeah, he was a little overweight. He probably wouldn't have passed the physical if they gave it to him again, but he was just 2 days from retirement,
No.
But from how they opened fire, it doesn't look like, well, you can kind of gather that he wasn't who they intended to kill.
Right, he's very clearly off duty in this scenario.
Yeah, he's even in his street clothes, but...
So, they started in one location. Who's over there? Anyone that I can identify, get an ID on, etc.?
You actually do notice something kind of strange over there.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 corpses, but 4 drinks.
Ooh.
The 3 corpses all belong to gang members of a Twin Fang organization. A biker gang that is rumored to be vampires or some such nonsense.
Oh yeah, ridiculous stuff like that.
But these guys are obviously not, or if they were, really bad vampires, because they're all dead.
Well, we'll find out when their bodies disintegrate tomorrow or something.
And they're drinking alcohol, so that's also another.
Oh yeah, super true.
Yeah, but yeah, they weren't in their uniforms, or, they weren't flying the colors, but you do recognize their names and several distinguishing markings, like a tattoo on the bridge of skin between the index finger and the thumb.
Right. Well, that clears up a motivation for sure. That makes things a little easier.
But then there is the matter of the extra drink.
Indeed. And Benny is extra curious if there's any evidence of where this extra drinker went.
Actually, there is something that might.
Or if he left something behind, of course.
There's something that might hint at it. Because when you're investigating further, you do notice that there's a lotto ticket.
You're a winner for a chance to live everything. Play today. Change your life. Last week's lotto written on this flyer, and the rest is covered in blood.
Oh wait, this isn't the ticket. This is the. Sorry, that was Will. But yeah, the winning numbers written on a flyer that's covered in blood from one of the victims.
Huh. That could be a double motivation now, suddenly.
Yeah, the current lotto is somewhere up in the 2.1 million range.
And if he already won but didn't quite cash it in yet, but rumors spread.
And from the look of the table, they were celebrating something. The, they weren't drinking bottom shelf stuff.
So they knew.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, that is interesting. And this ticket could be my ticket. And by that, I mean my ticket for casting spells later.
Woo!
I put it into a nice little evidence baggie, and that's going to be mine to check out in a bit.
Yep.
I'm trying to think if there are any other questions about the crime scene that are very important. Is there anything like in the general vicinity that we haven't covered yet?
Nope, I pretty much covered it all. There's a couple more corpses, but they're, just civilians out for a night on the drink. You do notice that one of the people here was underage, which is a little bit of a no-no, but seeing what happened, it's an even bigger shame that they,
Yeah. That's one thing Benny can just sort of slightly leave out of the report and save some people some shame on this one.
Also,
Terrible.
you do notice that with your trained alcohol senses, that,
Oh,
the display of alcohol's off. It looks like they took a bottle.
god damn it. What brand did they take?
Uh,
Or, yeah.
Bolvo's Best Bourbon, a Russian bourbon.
Hmm.
Bolvo, spelled phonetically, Best Bourbon, spelled like Best Bourbon. It's
Well,
actually
that's
not
clearly
one you see a lot of because, Russian bourbon. It's like
Yeah, it's
Russian
sort of an
bourbon.
odd pick. They probably would have stocked up on like just popular things around here, I'd suppose.
Yeah,
That's
it's weird
interesting.
that one's missing too.
Huh. And he just kind of mutters under his breath. Probably like another spirit fetish. What is it going to be this time? Spirit of bad breath. All right. So Benny has a nice long list of things to share with Stryker, and he looks to just kind of confirm what Stryker has found out from the witness.
So, I assume you two just kind of convey what both of you got.
Yeah, we confer.
Okay.
Indeed.
You both know what I said, right? You don't have to.
Indeed.
I've
Indeed.
already said it right back to you.
Okay. Info merge. Yeah, it kind of seems to fit what Tran was saying. They entered through the bar area somewhere and, opened fire. You'd have to suppose that the reason you were called Stryker is because of the dead officer.
Right.
You're gonna have to put out a nice, pretty statement about bringing so and so to justice or something here.
Well, I mean, my normal job as internal affairs is to investigate other cops, so this is just an unusual case for me. That I have to look into a cop's murder, like putting me on the other side of the field.
You kind of get a vibe that the chief might have thought another cop was involved in this.
I'm saying I don't have to explain it to me, but that is good information to have.
Yeah. You get a feeling that, there's a little bit more here than she was. Some stuff was implied, since you were internal affairs.
I guess on that that note, there wasn't anything necessarily off about the officer at all.
Nope. You did notice that he had a little bit of, let's call it donut powder in his pocket.
Ah, I
Would
see that.
I be able to make a check against paperwork that I may have done regarding said officer in the field of my duty?
You'd be able to know that he had a bit of a cocaine problem.
Well, I got that by the donut powder. I just mean like specific
In the past.
information I would know about him
Uh,
that may have come across my desk.
Besides his name, Officer Shelby, he's been in the force for a while. He started doing cocaine a little while ago because he was complaining about, long shifts. And, you've reprimanded him twice. Somebody else in your office was going to handle it because of a personal favor. He was really close to retirement. His wife was talking about throwing him a intervention, if that's the way you phrase that.
So definitely the sort of thing that internal affairs is brought in on to either expose dramatically or sweep under the rug.
Or both.
Or both.
Dramatically sweep under the rug. But yeah. Is that what you're looking for?
Well, whatever you were going to give me is what I was looking for, so I guess so.
Yeah, that's a fair point. You also do notice that, luckily, I guess you could say, he wasn't shot in the, face region. So
His body is still there, right?
yeah.
I'm going to... What was it? The EMT? The EMT
Yeah.
still on the scene?
There are a couple around.
You there. Do you have a pair of latex gloves available?
And at that, the forensics... What's it called?
Examiner?
Forensic examiner shows up. Everybody's favorite creep, Joshua D. Ford.
Oh, nice.
And he goes, "Here's a pair, officer." And he, hands you a pair of latex gloves as he puts his own on.
Alright, I'll put those on. And my intent here is to check the body for a phone.
You find one. I'm not going to, everybody's...
Right. And
It's
since
in his
I don't want to, mess up the body or anything, or remove fingerprints, whatnot, I just want to check the phone for last incoming call.
Just as an aside, Benny will also make sure to specifically bag a bullet that hit a wall or something, and just keep that as evidence for later for himself.
Yeah, there's some bullets lodged in walls.
Mm-hmm.
You bag one, and the officer's phone is password protected.